What's up, guys? I want to thank you so much for checking out my YouTube channel. We are going to start doing contests every single month with lucky winners and giving away Young Ambition clothing along with some other really cool prizes. So make sure you hit the subscribe button below. You have to be subscribed to be eligible to win. And I'm excited to continue giving you game-changing, relevant, tactical content that inspires you, challenges you to think different, and really helps you live a life on your terms. So subscribe below and we'll see you guys soon.
All that matters is building this culture, because when you build a culture, people will carry you as the leader on their shoulders. You know, when you're a good manager, you're doing all the work. When you're a good leader, you are actually working hard to make yourself less relevant to the success of the company. A great leader makes themselves less relevant, not more relevant. The only reason you become more relevant as a leader is by making a lot of other people way, way, way better.
When I was building a team, a sales team, I was 23, 24. I had no idea what to do, but I was, one of my mentors told me to study John Wooden. I was studying Nick Saban and some of these big coaches. It's the exact same philosophy.
Cool.
They don't care about any credit. They want the team to be good. And it's interesting how sports, business, it doesn't matter. It's the same philosophies that guide teams and businesses to thrive.
Yeah. And when the leader is really about themselves, like when the leader is really all about making themselves look good, people figure it out fast. Sure. People are smart. People are brilliant. Leaders, or I should say managers, or top executives, way too often underestimate the brilliance of their team. And that's the worst thing you can do. If someone underestimates you, why would you perform well? You'd be like, oh, he doesn't even think I'm any good anyway. I don't give a shit. I'll put my energy into online poker when I go home, or, whatever, go play soccer in the afternoon or whatever it is. Yep. But, I think that there's a fundamental thing here that people need to understand about leadership. And that is that the only source of a leader's power is that other people choose to follow. Unlike a manager who can demand someone follow, hey, I'm your manager, do it or you're fired, But the only source of a leader's power is that other people choose to follow that leader. Why would you choose to follow a leader? The short answer, because that leader has a vision I believe in that's good for me, that I can do, and that leader is going to take me to a better place personally, where I can be a better version of myself. That's why I'm going to follow that leader, because that leader has a good plan for me that I believe in, that'll make me better, that'll help me have a better life and be a more useful, powerful, positive, helpful, extraordinary human being that will feel good about myself.
And you can do it in a way being vulnerable. You said before this call, when me and you were talking, the more you advertise your weaknesses, the more influential you become. And that actually shows confidence. That is such a powerful statement.
I mean, what does someone do? If you go up to someone right now, Peter, if you go up to, let's just say, one of the dearest friends you have that you really trust, and you go up to them, I don't know what happened today. I feel like I'm a piece of crap. I'm no good. I'm a fraud. What are they going to do? What's the first thing? Peter, that's not true. Peter, you're smart. You're great. Don't say that about yourself. I love you. I care about you. You're awesome. I'm sorry you're having a bad day. Let me help you through it. They're going to come to your aid. The way you can draw people to help you is to advertise that you need help. I'll give you a real world example from me. I'm a tall guy. I'm 6'4". I've got a loud voice. I make lots of hand movements. So when I go into a meeting, when I'm going to a meeting as a leader, I'm like, la, 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 la. And I've got a lot of opinions and I'm loud. That's a strength sometimes. But it can be a weakness, because if I cause someone who perhaps is excellent but more shy, like if I make it so they can't get a word in edgewise or don't feel that they need to get a word in edgewise, then something that's seen as a strength is now a weakness. So I need to tell people in that room, hey guys, I know I'm a big, tall, loud guy. I know I've got a lot of opinions, but please help interrupt. Jump in and interrupt, because I want to hear from you, and then sometimes I got to shut up. Okay. I just got to go. I got to go, hey guys, I'm a big loud guy who just said 50 things for 20 minutes about what I think we should do. But what do you think we should do? Because I make too much noise. I'm too loud sometimes. I don't want to shut you up. I want you at your best. I want your opinions. And I know, and I'm sorry I just spoke for 20 minutes and said too much stuff and took up too much space. I'm sorry. My bad. Guys, what can we do? What should we do? How can we solve this problem?
And someone said, what ways can we drop the focus of money? Because I think right now, with money being tight for a lot of people in the recession, it's important to understand. I always say money is an excellent servant, but a terrible master.
If you want money, number one, forget about money for a second. If you want it, forget about it. What can you do that is valuable to the most people? What can you do? Now, if you go into McDonald's and you are awesome at your job, really awesome, like you're smiling, you're cleaning stuff, you're helping customers, you're finding ways to serve, going and cleaning someone's tray in front of them while they're at a table talking, you're taking care. If you're excellent and are grateful for the job, okay, gratitude is important. Grateful for the job and just want a chance to be your best, you're going to be noticed fast, okay? Especially if you go do this at a McDonald's, where most people think it is a dead-end job. By the way, there is no such thing as a dead-end job. That's an absurd comment. If you go in and do an awesome job in there and are really serving people, you're going to be noticed. Now, you're going to be noticed by your manager. You're going to be noticed by the general manager. You're going to be noticed by the field leader. And they're going to be like, man, that guy's a hotshot. We need more from that person, that man or woman, okay? But you're also going to be noticed by customers. And one of the customers might have a business. And they might say, hey, I need you. I need your enthusiasm and your energy for my business. You want to come work with me? I mean, it will happen. Excellence is rare. Excellence sticks out. Excellence gets noticed. If you're working hard to produce value for someone, you will be noticed for it, because it is too rare, I'm afraid, too rare in our society that someone cares enough to be excellent, especially if it's at something that most people think is a dead-end job, okay? So the more you are in a dead-end job, guess what? The more you can stick out like a sore thumb, but not a sore thumb, a good thumb. Maybe what's the opposite of a sore thumb?
A healthy thumb?
You'll stick out like a healthy thumb. So, the more your job is not a great job, okay, that not one that a lot of people aspire to have, the more of a delta there will be between how incredible you can be at it and how incredible most people are at it. And you're going to get noticed, okay? You're going to get noticed. So focus on what you can do for others, not what you need for yourself, and you'll get more for yourself.
When you give so much to people, how do you deal with them letting you down when you feel like you've poured so much? Is it kind of like Horace asked this question? Is it kind of like on to the next, which it kind of has to be? Or is it like, I got to keep shaking him till he understands? What's the...
Well, okay, there's both. I mean, there are cases where there are people who really can't or won't get fired up about the vision. It's just not what appeals to them. And that's okay, but they probably shouldn't be part of this particular endeavor. They can bring their talents elsewhere, okay? So part of it is that, yeah, sometimes it's not the right person. They're not on the right path, man. I mean, different paths are appealing to different people, right? Someone's like, hey, I can't really get into food and making burritos. It's just not my deal. I'd rather be like programming a computer. Well, cool. Go do that, because you'll be better at that. Go do that. Like, don't do this anymore. Do that, and do it with all your heart, and you'll be great.
So you just leave them stronger than they came. You don't let it affect you or take it personally.
No, I mean, it always affects me, because it's hard to, sometimes you have to fire someone. That's very painful. It's very painful. If it's not painful to fire someone, something's wrong with you. Of course it hurts to fire. But if you understand that by firing them, you're actually doing them a favor, because you're going to get them into a place where they're going to be the best at what they do, that's awesome. But before we fire them, let's actually make sure, let's look in the mirror first. Have we explained the vision to them in a way that makes it personal to them? Have we explained how it's going to affect their life? Do they understand it? Because too often people go and decide, oh, this person's no good, and fire them, when really it's the leader hasn't engaged their interest. So whenever somebody's not doing a good job, first of all, as their leader, look in the mirror. Is it something, have you really poured your love into them? Have you told them you believe in them? You care about them. You understand them? And I'll tell you, as a leader, one of the hardest things you have to do is have tough conversations. And I have said to people, I remember when I brought in some of these young lawyers and I was so excited about training them, I would say, sometimes I'd find some of them weren't working that hard or weren't trying that hard. And I would say to them, I want your success here so badly, but sometimes I think I want your success more than you want it for yourself, and that bothers me, because I'm going to pour myself into you and give you all I've got, but I need you too. I need you to pour just as much into it or more. I need you to double down on your desire to be successful at this law firm. I need you to really want to take care of these clients. And if that's not something that's interesting to you, well, then this isn't the right place for you. But man, I believe in you. It's funny. I got a reputation at Chipotle for being the guy who could go into the room and have a very tough conversation or a really tough performance review where I gave someone a very low performance review and have them walk out, they'd say they'd walk out 6 inches taller with their chest pumped out, excited. The reason I could do that was because I would tell them the truth. Okay, the truth. By the way, the truth is a beautiful thing. Let's say you have an employee who's not doing that great a job. Okay, let's see, you got someone who's not doing that great a job. If they're not doing that great a job, they know it. Deep in their head, they know they're not doing that good a job. And when a bunch of people walk around pretending they're doing a good job, that's actually failing to see the person's potential. When you see the real somebody, and sometimes even if that's like, dude, you're not doing your best. Why do I know? Because I know you're awesome. And that wasn't awesome. It was okay. It was okay. I'm not saying you're a failure, but it wasn't awesome and you're awesome. That touches them because they're like, whoa, 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 hold on, new game. This guy sees me, understands me, cares about me, is going to challenge me, wants me to be at my best. Will stop at nothing to make me better. I want to follow this person. Monty, tell me where to go. I want it on board. Help me be at my best. That's powerful.
If someone is at 500K wanting to get to a mil or a mil to 5 mil, is it strictly, like you say, the people? What are some tactics or questions they can ask if they want to continue to scale without obviously losing their soul the right way?
Well, the first thing I'd say is stop worrying about the money. Don't worry about going to 500,000 to a million or a million to 2 million or 100 million to 200 million or to a billion. Who cares about the money? Stop. Don't worry. Ask yourself this. Are people appreciating your product or service? Is it helping them? Well, if you're making some dough, it's probably helping somebody. All right. If you're making 500 grand a year, it's helping somebody. Find out what's helping them the most about what you're doing. Find out what's helping them the least about what you're doing. Find out about what energies you are spending that aren't having much impact. Go find what energies you're spending that are not having much impact. Then go find out the things that you're doing that really, really make people happy or help them if it's a service or if it's a product. What is it about that product that's really great for people? Experientially, what is it about that product they love? What is it about that product they don't really like? Maybe the way it fits in your hand, maybe whatever. Find out, talk to people, ask them, hey, what do you love? What do you not love? And create a culture among your customers and among your employees where they can tell you. They can say what they don't like, where they're welcome and in fact rewarded for telling you what they don't like. So find out what it is you can do better and find out what it is you can stop doing. Okay? Do more of the most valuable things. Redesign your product to be better in the ways that it's not great. Focus on how it can be a better product to help more people. The money part just happens. Don't worry about the money. I mean, if I could say anything to anyone, it's like, I know some people who, when we were young, when I was in high school with them, when I was in college, I used to say, well, what do you want to do, man? And they'd be like, I want to get rich, man. I want to be rich. Guess what, Peter? And I'm not kidding. They're not. None of them are, if that was the goal. None of them are rich. Now, if you're like, I want to have the best restaurant that anyone's ever eaten at. I want to blow their mind. I want the food to be so goddamn good they feel guilty swallowing it. You know, I want them to feel like they want to if the bill were double, they'd pay it. I want them to get so much value out of what they are getting out of my restaurant. Like I want a restaurant that just gives the best service, best food, best ambiance, you know, where people want to come back every night. Well, if that's your goal, guess what? You're going to have a really successful restaurant, and then maybe you can have a second and third and fourth if you want to do that. Or maybe you'll be happy having one, and that's cool because money doesn't matter. Money doesn't make you happier. Taking care of people makes you happier. Money doesn't make you happier. Producing something great that helps the world makes you happier.
Hey, what's up? And thank you for watching this video. If you enjoy this video and this content, make sure you hit the subscribe button below, put the notifications on, and I assure you, you'll love this content and these videos.